Hello everyone, welcome to our channel again, and here we are with a new category of the blocks to be explained today, and that is nothing but looks blocks. Okay, so first of all, without any further ado, let's start doing it. So here in the last video we have already discussed about the motion blocks. So if anyone has any questions or want to know about all these blocks in detail, please refer that video. Okay, now let's go for the looks blocks, and today it will be very easy because these blocks are very easy to understand and very easy to explain as well. Okay, so first of all, the very first block, say hello for 2 seconds. So if you want the sprite, any specific sprite, to say anything, I mean it doesn't say it out loud, but it will give you the animation and it will display on the stage. Let's say for example, my name is Toby. So it has to say that for 2 seconds. So it will be displayed here as if it is speaking that. So how many seconds that you can mention here? Either 1, 2, 3, 4, any number of seconds. So let me zoom it a bit. So right now I have selected for 7 seconds. So it will stay there on the stage for 7 seconds. So if you're mentioning any lengthier sentences, increase the seconds, number of seconds, so that whoever is reading that can have the time to read the entire sentence. If it is very small sentence like my name is Toby, you can just keep it for like 2 to 3 seconds. Or if it is very small, like it is me, so for that just even 2 seconds is more than enough. So that's it. Okay, this is the first block, and the second block, say hello. So here the only difference is you don't have any specific number of seconds to display that. So again it will be my name is Toby, and if you click that, it'll never get disappeared again until you say something else or you remove that block. Okay, so it'll stay on forever, like the loop, forever loop. It'll just keep on saying that until you give any other instructions for Toby to say. Let's say for example, after this I'm just giving it one more. So at this time now, if I do this, so see, it doesn't even, I mean, it's not looking like it's saying my name is Toby, but it is actually saying that. But since you also mentioned the second one, hello for 2 seconds, just the very next second, the say block stop and say hello for 2 seconds is continuing. So whatever you're putting after this say block, it will get activated the very next moment. So let me show you that in detail. Let's go to the control blocks. Here you have a wait block where you can wait instead of just going to the next block. Okay, so I'll make this for 2 seconds again. So it's like, combining say hello for 2 seconds. So this, the first two and the third one, both are same. Okay, so my name is Toby, that will stay there for 2 seconds, and then hello. So here again, by combining say my name is Toby and wait for 2 seconds, you're making the say hello for 2 seconds block. That's it. Okay, both are same. Now as I said, you can increase this wait block time, but if you want something to be said forever, or that is the last sentence that is there in the code, then you can just use this and it will stay there forever. Okay, and again remember, if you put any other block after this, it will just disappear from there. Okay, so my name is Toby, that is not even there because it will be gone instantaneously. It's not like it's not there, but it will be there without us can even notice that. So it will be that fast. Okay, so the same things, I mean, if you look at the say hello for 2 seconds, the animation for this is like this, right? As if it is saying something. Now the similar rules apply for think as well, except the animation for this particular thing. So instead of saying, it will be thinking that. Okay, so again, there is no much difference of this while you're implementing any code or any program, because it will be happening all the stage itself, all on the screen itself. So it will be just displayed there. It won't be saying it out loud, or it is not just thinking that for think block. Okay, so it is just a display block but with a different animation, and you can think of it like a different meaning as well. Like say is actually it's saying it, and think is it is just thinking it in its own mind. Okay, but the same rules apply for think for 2 seconds and think. Okay, so I'll just think my name is, okay, my name is Toby for 2 seconds, and then I'll also say I am me. Okay, so my name is Toby. It just say it thinks for 2 seconds, and I am me. It thinks for like forever. Okay. Now again, if you just put one more block here, uh, just like this is just a test case to test whether the second one think block will be instantaneous, just like the say block or not. Okay, so just some random thing. Okay. So my name is Toby will be there for 2 seconds, and Toby became the second one, not I am me. Again, it's not like it's not there, but it is there very for a split second that we can't even recognize that it's there. Okay, now if you are clear with that, now comes the next thing about costumes and backdrops. So backdrops are something that you can add as a background for whatever you're thinking, like a storyline or a game. So if you click here, you can add some of the backdrops over here. Yeah, so you can choose anything. Right now I'll choose the first one, the Arctic background. And now don't ask me like what a brown bear is doing in the Arctic. It's just there. Okay. Yeah, in the Arctic you got this as a backdrop. Okay, you can't move that anywhere. You can't move the backdrop like the sprites. Okay, now let us see what is the costume and the backdrop actually are. Okay, so the costumes are nothing but the different postures of a single sprite. Okay, so right now if you look here, there is this costume section, and if you click on that, these are all the costumes that the Toby has. Okay, so you can change them accordingly so that you get some animations or different postures of the same sprite according to the situation. Okay, so let's go to the blocks and let's see how they are actually can be accessed and can be used in different ways. Now switch costume to Toby. So if you select this, you can go to a specific costume of a sprite. So you can choose anything. Toby walking one. This is one costume. So click on it. The posture of the sprite will change here. So Tony jump. Sorry, Toby jump. Yeah, so it's in the jumping position now. So Toby mouth closed. Right now it's open. So if you activate that, the mouth will be closed for Toby. Okay. So here again, it is just the different postures of the same sprite. So according to your wish, you can change it so that it can be like a cool animation or the posture according to that particular situation. Okay, now this is selecting a specific costume. This is just the next costume. Okay, so if you click on this, whatever is the next costume, it will just be changing there. Okay, so right now you have Toby mouth closed, Toby walking one, walking two, walking three, jump, all that, right? So let us keep it in a loop. So let's say for example the forever loop, and if I activate these two, so forever it will just keep on changing the costumes. Okay, it feels like it is actually walking somewhere. Okay, I mean only the animation of the sprite. Now that's the next costume. Again, the same rules apply for the backdrop as well, but instead of the sprites, the changes will be happening on the backdrops. So switch backdrop to Arctic. So right now we don't have anything much here like other than Arctic. So let us add some more backdrops. So Arctic is done, baseball 1. So we got two backdrops here. I'll just put 3, or let's just keep 4 backdrops. Again, you can't select multiple of them. So we have to select each and every one at a time. Yep. So here we have all the 4 backdrops. So if you click on this, here instead of costume, you can see the backdrop section. So go to the backdrops and you'll get all the list of backdrops that are available. So there is a plain backdrop, and other than that you have 4 more. Okay. So let's delete the plain one and keep all the 4 here. Okay. So let's go to Toby, and here if you drop down the list, you get all the other 3 as well. Okay, so how many backdrops you add, those many will be added into the list automatically. Okay, so other than that, you have next backdrop, previous backdrop, and random backdrop. So with the names itself, we can see the first one in the backdrops are architect, second one is baseball 1. So that particular backdrop will be appearing over here. Now baseball 2, baseball 3, basketball 1, sorry, and then again arctic. So whatever is the next backdrop, that will be appearing over here. Whatever is the previous backdrop, that will be appearing here when you select the previous backdrop. And random is, it's completely random. Okay, so it'll just generate, sorry, it'll just show us the random backdrop whenever we activate this particular thing. Okay, so this is about the backdrops. And again, next backdrop. So here you can use both of them. Both of them are similar. So switch backdrop to next backdrop, next backdrop. Both of them are same, exactly the same. Okay, so let me put this also in the loop. Again, forever loop is a very instantaneous thing, so these things happen so fast. Okay, so let us activate this block. Yeah, see, they're happening so fast, right? Because the loop itself is a very faster one. Like there is no delay within that particular loop. So if you want to add any loop, we'll use the wait block. But don't worry how to use it efficiently. I'll explain it during that particular video. So this is about the backdrops. And there is one more feature in the sprites and backdrops, which are here you can search the sprite within the library what you have in the PictoBlox. Then you can choose an emoji as well, and you can paint, which means you can create your own sprites. So let me do that as well. Yeah, so here if you want, you can design whatever the sprite you want. It will become a new sprite here. Okay, so now here in the sprite section, you can control it as a exactly the sprite which you already got like a Toby. Okay, so each and every feature what Toby has will also be there for the customized sprite for what you have created. Okay, now that is for the painting. And surprise, this means like it will create, like it will get the sprite in the sprite library randomly. Okay, so once you select the sprite which surprise the sprite, then you will get some. Okay, so within this library, the sprite library, you get something so random, okay, which is selected by the system itself, the PictoBlox system itself. Okay, let's go back. If you place it here, so click on surprise. Yeah, see, some random sprite will be appearing. Okay, now other than this, you have one more feature called, yeah, selected. I have clicked the surprise 2 times, so there are 2 sprites that came randomly. So yeah, it surprised us with some new sprites. Now here, as I said, you can choose the surprise one, and here you can upload the sprites. So not only the sprites which are available in PictoBlox library, you can upload whatever the pictures that you have in your own system. Okay, so you can upload the sprites which you can download from browser or anything. Okay, whatever you have the photos, even that kind of images, you can upload it to the PictoBlox stage. Okay, so again the same things will be applied for the backdrops as well. Upload a backdrop, and this time let me choose a backdrop like this. Again, I'm choosing some random backdrops here. Yeah, so this is a cut apple, the apple which was struck with a knife. Okay, so that one I chose it as a backdrop. Okay, so if you select this, the list of the backdrop will be updated with the one that you uploaded. Okay, so again, whatever the features that are there for the sprites and backdrops that are available in PictoBlox will be there on the sprites and backdrops that you uploaded as well. Okay, so let's go back to Toby again. Yeah, so these are all the features and the functions that you can do using the sprites and backdrops. Okay, now if you're clear till here, let's see how we can change the properties of the looks of a sprite. Okay, so the first one is change size by. So here, as we discussed in the motion blocks as well, we can change some of the properties regarding the location and posture of a location and position, or the orientation of the sprite using the direction and xy blocks. In the same way, you can change the size, which is in the looks block. So you can either change it permanently here, let's say for example 200, so it becomes so big. Okay, so here we have two blocks. This is similar to the one what we have done just now. So instead of setting it here, you can set it in the code as well. So it will be completely in your hands when it will become which size in the code according to the situation. Okay, now change size by 10. So this will increase that or decrease the size by whatever number that you just mentioned. Okay, so now see, it became 90 over here. So if I click this again, it will become 80. So if I put 50, it increases the size by 50. So 130. Now again, if I press this, it will become 180. Okay, so again, this is to set the size to a particular value. This is to change the size by some number. Okay, okay, now that is about the size, and these three are the blocks that are there to change the graphic details, okay, of the sprite. Now here right now it's 0 because this is the default colors. Let me put it to 100, and if I click that, the color effects of the sprite will be changed. Okay, now I'll make it 200. Okay, see, so it's a cycle from 0 to 100. Okay, so whatever the value is for 200, 0, that will be there for 200 as well, and 400 as well. Okay, so the same color. Now if you do the same thing for 25, so it will be changed to some effects. And if you make it 225, which means you increase the number by 200, there will be no change. Okay, so all the values that are added up to 200 are same. Okay, so now 225, now if you use 425, the color effects remain the same. Okay, because effectively it is the same value. Now change effect by 25, which means whatever, if it is 425 right now, if you change it by 25, it will become 450. 475, click it again 500, click it again 425, click it again 450. sorry, 550, 575, see 600. Now this is again from 200, right? So it became normal now. Okay. So you can even decrease that by making the values negative. So it's negative 30 here. Okay. It went back to 470 now. Sorry, 570. Yeah. Okay. So again, these are just to make the graphic details of the sprites to change. And if you clear them, everything goes back to zero. Okay. So if you guys are clear with these things, now comes the show and hide blocks. So if you activate show, the sprite will be showed, and hide, it will hide the sprite. That's it. Okay. These are not going anywhere. So if you click this, the sprite will be highlighted as well. Okay. So it's not going anywhere. It's just hiding without being visible. That's it. So you can control that over here as well. So here, this is the show icon. This is the hide icon. So you can do that in the code also. Okay. Okay. So this is right here. Now, right now I have this Toby sprite. So let's get some surprised, something random. Let us get some of the sprites over here to explain you about the next blocks. Okay. So here we have 4 sprites in total. Right now Toby is behind everyone, right? So go to Toby, and here if you go to the looks block, here you can see the block that says go to front layer. Okay, so how many are top of the Toby, that doesn't matter. If you select this, Toby will be in the front layer. Okay, now go to back layer, Toby will be behind everyone. Okay, so this is to adjust the sprites so that they can be overlapped on each other based on the situation that you are in. Okay, so if I want Toby to be at the front, I'll choose this one. If I want Toby to be at the very back, I'll choose this one. Now the next one, go forward by one layer. Right now the order is like this, right? Toby, then Averi, that is walking, then Kiran. These are all the sprite names, and then the starfish. Okay. Now if you select go forward for one layer, see Toby has overlapped the Avery in the walking position, but still the Kiran and Starfish sprites are still on top of him. So click that. He'll come one more layer front, just behind the Starfish. Click on it again. He'll become the first one. Okay. You can choose how many layers he has to come back or front. Anything. You can choose anything here. So go back by one layer for the Toby. Since he's at the last, he can't go further more back. Okay. So if you select forward, he'll. Okay, let me put it in this way. Front, so he'll be at the very front. Go backward, he'll be going backward layer by layer. Again, you can always choose how many layers he has to go back or front by changing this number. You can give more numbers as well, but this can't be, right now there are only 3 layers in front of Toby. So even if you put 5, it will take the value, but again, doesn't matter because it will just come to the front layer no matter how many extra layers you put. Even if you put 50 layers, it will take that value. Okay, it doesn't throw you any error, but still once you implement that, it'll just come on to the topmost layer that you just mentioned. And apart from that, every other number is just a junk value. That's it. That's these things. Now you have some of the attributes that you can display on the stage. Let's say for example costume number for Toby. So remember, this is for Toby, not for any other sprites, because right now we selected Toby here. So costume number, backdrop number, again here backdrop number is for every backdrop. So right now backdrop number is 4 because this is the basketball one which we added at the last one. Size is also for the sprite itself. Okay, now let's say for example I change the costume to, okay, switch costume to the fourth one. Okay, Toby mouth closed. Now if you see, Toby costume number will become 3 here. Okay, so Toby walking 1. Oh, wait. Toby costume number. Yeah, it's right now it is 3. So when you, okay, let us get this one and this one, all the 4 blocks to show you how these things work. Now costume number, let's change it to Toby walking and the costume number updated to 2 because that is the second one. Now if you change it to Toby mouth closed, which is the fourth one, click on it, it'll be, oh sorry, that is the 5. Yeah, that is number 5. So yeah, Toby jump, that is the last one. So if you activate that, it will become 6th. Okay, the next costume. So it will go 1, 2, 3 in the series. In the sequence, it will be appeared. Okay. Now for the backdrop, so switch backdrop to Arctic. That is the first one what we have. So first of all, let us uncheck this one and the size as well. So right now you have the backdrop number here. So switch backdrop to Arctic, that is the first one. Next baseball one, that is 2. So it became 2. Now next backdrop, again this will be in the sequence 3, 4, all that. Okay. Now comes the size. So size is again particularly for a sprite. So it is 180, and if I make it 400, the size here will also get updated to 400. Okay, so these are just some values. If you want to check them, what is their status, what is their number throughout the code, so you can show that on the stage itself by selecting these particular values. Just put it to 100 back. Now take stage snapshot, so it will take the snapshot of the stage, whatever that you have, and it will show you done when it took the snapshot. Okay, so you can take how many ever snapshots you required, and they all will be saved in your device. Okay. Okay, so these are all the looks blocks what we have, and all the functions and features we have regarding the sprites and backdrops. So that's it from my side for today. We'll come with a new video in the next time, and I'll explain you about the sound blocks there. Okay, and this time feel free to do all the experiments with the looks block and have fun with the videos. Okay, now if you have any questions, please drop down in the comment. I'll definitely try to resolve your doubts or questions, and I'll give you the most efficient solution as possible from my side. Okay, yeah, so until the next video, see you again and have a nice day, guys. Thank you.